Good afternoon and welcome. It's Alex again, and today I'm here to warn you. I am at risk, you are at risk, you are at risk, we all are at risk. Why, you might ask? We live in the 21st century, and that's the century where the Homo sapiens has evolved into Homo, you sit on a computer too much, sapiens. Why? Let me open up with a story. On July 18th, the British newspaper The Mirror released a story about a Taiwanese boy. What is so special about him? He booked a private room in an internet cafe in Taiwan to play an online game, Diablo 3. He checked in on Friday around lunch hour, and they did not find him until Sunday early in the morning in his cubicle in this private room. He played that game for 40 hours straight, 4-0. When the attendant of this internet cafe walked in to check on him, because he's been there for 40 hours, he was resting his head on the table. He woke up, made 3 or 4 steps, and then he collapsed on the floor. He was rushed into the hospital immediately, but unfortunately, a couple of hours later, he died. Where am I going with this, and how does this concern you? As I was reading the article, I was making already judgments like, oh, of course he must have been dehydrated, or he hasn't been eating much, that's what happened. Oh boy, was I wrong. Apparently, the authorities released a statement saying that he died because he developed a fatal blood clot that blocked blood going through his heart. So he had basically a heart attack. Why? Because he was sitting for 40 hours straight. He was not moving. It was not the lack of food, not the lack of water. He was not moving for 40 hours straight. And that's where we all come in. I know that all of us spend way too much time on a computer. When you go to work, you spend roughly 8, some of us even 10 hours in front of the computer. What do? We sit. Then we hop on the bus to go home. What do? When we're lucky, we sit. Then we get home, hop on the computer, check out our Facebook, and what do again? We sit. And that's not what our body was built for, what it was designed for. We were not designed for sitting, but that's what we do in the 21st century these days. So, what are the problems that might occur with the prolonged sitting? According to many studies, sitting has been linked to many types of cancer. It also increases your diabetes risk, it increases overall death risk, and also our bottoms will get bigger, and unless all of us want to look like Jennifer Lopez, we need to get moving. And that's going to be the motto of today's presentation. Move, move, move. We need to move. Also, another of the bad effects of sitting too long in front of the computer is that the heart attack risk might go all the way up. So please, move, move. I like you guys. I want you to be here for as long as possible. Please move. When I was doing my research for this presentation, I came upon a lot of articles, and the most interesting one was the NPR article released last year. In this article, they were quoting the book Instant Recess by Tony Yancey. And in this book, Mr. Yancey is recommending 5 little steps how to decrease or lower or minimize the effects of prolonged sitting. Step number 1 is take 10-minute breaks. You're sitting in front of a computer, you're at work, make sure that every day you take a 10-minute active break, not just a break where you get up your chair and sit on the couch right next to it. No, you need to be active. So when you go to the bathroom, don't take the direct route, but walk around the office, talk to your coworkers, stand up. The second recommendation was park farther away. So when you go to work or you go home, park your car, your bike, your blimp, your submarine further away from the place of your work or from your home so that you have to walk a little more. It's every step that counts, every single step that counts. So park further away. take the stairs instead of the elevator. This has been working for me like a charm. I am a couch potato, I know that. But we live on the 10th floor of the apartment building, and we have a supermarket on the 1st floor. What I have been doing lately is taking the stairs, even though there are 3 very fast, comfortable elevators there. I still take the stairs. I run downstairs, and then I do not run upstairs, but I make my way up the stairs back. So every time I reach the 10th floor, I'm a little breathy and I need to wait for my lungs to catch up with me, but I still do it and I feel very good about myself. Not just physically that it's good for me, but also mentally because it helps to do something. Like I said, I'm a couch potato. I love movies and I love sitting in front of TV, but I spend also way too much time on a computer. So taking the steps was just a little tiny thing that I've been doing in order to lower or minimize the risks associated with prolonged sitting. What happens if you don't do that? If you find an excuse, oh, I'm way too busy, how am I supposed to remember that I'm supposed to move and do all this stuff? Well, according to 2009 British Journal of Sports Medicine, 1 hour of sitting in front of TV will cut 22 minutes from your life expectancy. 1 hour will cut 22 minutes. If it's 6 hours a day, it will shorten your lifespan by 5 years. 5 years if you spend 6 hours or more on a couch. So the money that you're putting into your retirement account, you are not going to be able to enjoy it because you're not going to be here. So please, move. But let's go back to the NPR and the Tony Essett's instant recess. Take the stairs, put the printer away from you. That is a very interesting one. We all have our printer, our computer, and our printer right next to it. By moving the printer and putting it a few steps away, every time you hit the print button, you have to stand up and go and pick up the document. It's every single step that counts, so please move. And the last one, the 5th recommendation is fidget, stand up. Even if you don't have to print anything or you don't have to see your boss, just stand up, stretch a little bit. It counts, it helps. You might think, oh, this doesn't concern me. You know, I bike every day, I rollerblade, I swim, I'm very active on the weekends. Unfortunately, the recent studies say that is not sufficient for all the hours we spend sitting. So it's more about breaking the pattern of sitting. And according to a New York Times article, which was released in April, people who were standing as opposed to sitting in their offices were burning hundreds calories more than all the passives, like me, sitting in front of the computer. So make sure you stand up, even if you have a big stack of documents right in front of you that you need to go through, just stand up and read them standing. You're burning calories and you're helping yourself. You're helping your body and you're helping your brain as well. So, like I said, I like you guys. I want you to be around for as long as possible. Please, today is Sunday. When you go to work tomorrow, make sure you move. You're not very passive, sitting in front of the computer, not doing anything. Just please move. It's the baby step. It might be utopia for me, this ideal world where everybody is moving, but it's the baby steps that count. So please, tomorrow when you go to work, stand up, talk to your colleagues, move around, don't just spend 8 hours in front of the computer. I know I'll try. I know it's difficult. We've been glued to our computers and to our TVs, but please, let's make an effort and change the world a little bit. Thank you very much, and let's get moving.